Officer Ethan Cole adjusted his badge nervously as he stepped out of his patrol car. It was only his third week on the job, and the late afternoon sun did nothing to ease the tight knot in his chest. The call had sounded routine, traffic obstruction near the highway diner. But nothing ever felt routine when you were new and determined not to mess up. A single motorcycle stood parked at an odd angle near the shoulder. Its rider, a broad-shouldered man in a leather vest covered in patches, leaned casually against the bike, sipping coffee from a paper cup. He looked calm. Too calm, Ethan thought. "Sir," Ethan called out, trying to sound confident. "I need you to step away from the vehicle." The biker raised an eyebrow but complied, setting the cup down slowly. "What seems to be the problem, officer?" Ethan glanced at the bike. The license plate was partially obscured by mud, technically a violation. During training, they drilled it into him. Follow procedure, no exceptions. "Your bike is improperly parked and your plate isn't clearly visible," Ethan said. His hand hovered near his radio. "I'm going to need your ID." The biker sighed, reaching into his vest. "This is unnecessary." Ethan stiffened at the tone. He mistook it for resistance. "Sir, turn around and place your hands behind your back," Ethan said, voice sharper now. The biker froze. "You're arresting me? For this?" Before Ethan could reconsider, muscle memory took over. He cuffed the man, ignoring the flicker of doubt in his mind. The biker didn't fight, but his jaw tightened, eyes scanning the road. "You really don't want to do this," the man said quietly. Ethan swallowed. "You can explain it at the station." As he guided the biker toward the patrol car, a low rumble rolled through the air. At first Ethan thought it was thunder. Then he saw them. Motorcycles, dozens of them, pouring onto the highway from every direction. Chrome glinting, engines roaring, riders wearing matching vests, the same emblem stitched across their backs. They slowed, then stopped, forming a solid wall of steel and leather across the road. Traffic screeched to a halt. One biker dismounted slowly and removed his helmet. Then another, and another. Within minutes, nearly 100 bikers stood silently, staring at the rookie cop and the man in handcuffs. The biker beside Ethan spoke again, calm but firm. "Officer," he said, "you just arrested our road captain." Ethan's heart pounded as the engines went quiet. And for the first time since joining the force, he realized just how badly he might have misjudged the situation. Ethan's fingers tightened around his radio as he scanned the wall of bikers blocking the road. No shouting, no threats. Just 100 pairs of eyes fixed on him. Calm, assessing, controlled. That somehow made it worse. One man stepped forward from the group. Gray beard, weathered face, authority in the way he moved. He stopped a few feet away, hands visible. "Easy," the man said. "Nobody's here to cause trouble." Ethan nodded stiffly. "Then ask them to clear the road," he replied, trying to keep his voice steady. "This is an active arrest." The gray-bearded biker glanced at the man in cuffs. "That's Mason," he said. "He's our road captain, former Army, runs safety for charity rides. He pulled over because a car broke down ahead." Ethan's stomach sank. Mason spoke calmly beside him. "I told you the plate was muddy from the shoulder. You could have just asked." Ethan felt heat rush to his face. Training echoed in his head. Control the scene. Don't show uncertainty. But reality didn't care about manuals. "This road is blocked," Ethan said. "I need everyone to disperse now." No one moved. Instead, another biker removed his helmet. Then another. A sign of respect or a warning, Ethan couldn't tell. The gray-bearded man raised a hand. "We're not here against you, officer. But you arrested one of ours without cause. We're standing here to make sure he's treated right." Ethan keyed his radio, calling for backup. His voice cracked despite his effort. "Unit requesting assistance, highway diner mile marker 47. The dispatcher's calm reply offered little comfort. Mason leaned closer, lowering his voice. "Son, nobody wants this to go sideways. You can uncuff me, write the citation, and we'll all ride out peacefully." Ethan hesitated. Every instinct told him to stick to procedure. But another voice, quieter, older, told him that good policing wasn't about power. It was about judgment. He looked at the bikers again. No clenched fists, no weapons drawn. Just men and women waiting. Ethan took a slow breath. "Sir," he said to Mason, "I'm going to verify your information, that's all. Mason nodded. Fair enough. As Ethan stepped back toward his cruiser, the bikers held their line, but they also stepped back a single pace. Not retreat, respect. And in that fragile space between authority and humility, the outcome of the day hung in the balance. The first backup unit arrived with lights flashing, then another. Officers spread out cautiously, hands resting near their belts but not drawn. The road was still blocked, yet the tension had shifted. Less like a standoff, more like a test. Ethan ran Mason's ID through the system, his pulse thudding in his ears. Clean record. Decorated veteran. Registered road captain for a licensed motorcycle association. His throat went dry. Ethan walked back to Mason, the cuffs suddenly feeling heavier than steel. Sir, he said quietly, I made a mistake. He unlocked the cuffs. The click echoed louder than any engine. Mason rolled his shoulders, rubbing his wrists, but there was no anger in his eyes. Owning it matters, he said simply. The gray-bearded biker stepped forward again. We good here? Ethan nodded. I'll issue a warning for the plate, that's it. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Mason raised his hand. Engines started, not roaring, just idling. One by one, bikers mounted their rides. The wall of steel slowly parted, creating a clear lane through the road. Before leaving, Mason faced Ethan once more. You held your ground, he said, but you listened, remember that. Ethan straightened. Yes, sir. As the bikers rode off in orderly formation, traffic resumed and the highway breathed again. The crisis dissolved as quickly as it had formed. One of the senior officers clapped Ethan lightly on the shoulder. Rough situation, he said. You handled it better than most rookies would. Ethan exhaled for the first time in what felt like an hour. Later, as he sat alone in his cruiser, he replayed the moment again and again. Not the fear, but the choice. The moment he decided to listen instead of double down. He looked at his badge, still shiny, still new. That day he hadn't just enforced the law. He had learned it. Because authority can stop people, but respect earned, not demanded, can move 100 bikers without a single shout.